Good evening everyone, welcome to the official YouTube channel of Officer Study 24/7. So first of all, let me know how are you all, and also let me know is audio video both are okay, are we good to go? So let's start this session. In this particular session we will be discussing your IFS 1 unit of module D. As you know, in the Victory series we have started discussing each unit in form of MCQs, that will be advanced MCQs. Okay, apart from that, if we talk about your IFS subject, we have 45 units, 4 modules are there, and that's why we have to cover each and every unit individually. Apart from that, in the module D you will have maximum syllabus. You have maximum syllabus and a lot of terminologies are there, and just to clear that all the terminologies will be covered, we are covering the D module first, so that you will get more time to revise as well. Acha, apart from that, one more information I want to give you all before starting the session, that is your registration started. Okay, your registration is started. So in case of we are talking about registration started, that is 5th of March from 4:15. The registration link is active. If you have not registered yet, do register yourself for your JAIIB paper. And while registering, do remember that you will select the center of choice and the time slot as per your convenience, and also make sure that there is a chances it will not be changed. So what happened in the last year's notification, IIBF has mentioned very clearly that no particular request for changing the center as well as to change the time slot will not be entertained. So that's why do make sure while selecting your center as well as while selecting your time slot, be very cautious about it. Okay, so let's start. Apart from that, if you are first time joining this session, I would love to inform you this is the Victory series for IFS subject going on Monday to Saturday in the evening 7 p.m. only on Officer Study 24/7. And if you have not seen earlier session, what you have to do, just go to the Officer Study 24/7 YouTube channel, go to the playlist. All the sessions are available in recording form for all of you. Okay, now let's start. As you know, we have started module D, Indian Economy, Indian Financial System. The module D talks about financial product and services, and today we will be discussing about the 36th unit, that is derivative market. Okay, so today we will be talking about the derivative market unit of your IFS. Clear? Now let's say if we talk about derivative markets, who regulates the derivative market? SEBI regulates the derivative market. Okay, in case of derivatives, derivative can be any product, है derivative can be any product whose value is derived from another variable. It means derivative will not have its own value, but it will be derived from the other product that is known as underlying asset. So obviously derivatives value will be always derived from basic variables, and those variables are known as your underlying assets. Okay, now apart from that, if we talk about the derivative market, there are two types of derivative market: over the counter derivative and exchange traded derivative. In case of over the counter derivative, it means there are two parties who come in a contact with each other, and they sign an agreement with each other in which one party is ready to resell the product and another is ready to purchase the product on a future date. Okay, one more important fact is that derivative market will always be traded on future date. Okay, it will be traded on future date always. Do remember that. So first of all, when we are talking about derivative market, it will be traded on future date always. Second, and over the trading or over the counter derivative, there is no mediator available. There are simply two party, one is seller, one is buyer, and they are ready to sell and purchase the securities on the future date, and though no mediator is there. And just because no mediator is there, over the counter derivatives are risky. They are what? They are risky contracts. Now when it comes to the exchange traded derivative, here the mediator will be available, and the mediator will be your stock exchange like Bombay Stock Exchange, National Stock Exchange, or we can say multi commodity exchange. These are the mediators in case of your what? In case of your exchange traded derivative markets. Okay, so now that's what the basics of your derivative market. Now let's discuss certain questions on the same, and we will be covering the chapter in form of questions here. So the first question is talking about which of the following is our underlying assets in derivative market. So certain options are in front of you, have been given, and you have to answer which of the following is underlying asset. So as I have told you, derivative is simply a product whose value will be derived from two or more basic variables. Okay, derivative is a what? It is a product whose value will be derived from two or more basic variables. That's your derivative, right? Clear? Now, the variable we are talking about from which you derive the value of derivative, that's the underlying asset. So here, the first is saying it can be precious metals like gold, silver. It can be foreign exchange rates or currencies. It can be commodity including your grains, coffee, pulses, etc. It can be shares and share warrant of companies traded on recognized stock exchange. Okay, so these are the four options available in front of you, and out of that you have to answer which of these will be covered as the derivative market's underlying asset. Okay, as the derivative market underlying asset, which of the following is correct? Okay, so when it comes to the underlying asset, they all are the underlying asset. On the basis of these underlying asset, we can derive the value of derivative. So right answer here will be D, all of the above. Okay, right answer will be D, that is all of the above. Now, second question we have in the form of match the following, that is asking about participants in derivative market, and their definition have been given here. So if we talk about derivative market, then the derivative market, we have three types of participants. You can see hedgers are there, arbitrators are there, speculators are there. Do remember there are three participants in the derivative, and these are the three. Clear? Now, the definition have been given in front of the particular columns of your. Out of that, you have to answer which of the following is rightly matched. So first is saying the behavior is guided by the desire to take advantage of discrepancy between prices of more or less the same asset of or competing assets in different market. So who are they? When you talk about that there is a person who take the advantage of the price difference of the same security in two different markets, that is known as your derivatives market, one of the participant. And the party who is taking this price difference benefit is actually your arbitrators. So second is your A. Okay, so arbitrators are what? When we have discussed capital market chapter in conceptual classes, we have discussed that what is actually arbitrage. Arbitrage is simply the difference, or we can say it is the advantage that will be seen to a particular investor when he sell the same security in the two different markets at the same time and earn the benefit of price difference. That price difference benefit is actually your arbitrage, and the persons who take benefit out of it, they are known as your arbitrators. So your second statement matched to the A. Okay, so now you can eliminate the option. First option can be eliminated, second can be eliminated. Because the fourth option is saying none of the above, we have to match all the columns. Okay, now the second column is saying here they transact futures and options contract to get extra leverage in betting on future movement in the price of an asset. So simply what we are talking about, who are they? If you talk about the investors who transact future and option contract to get what? To get the extra leverage in betting on the future movement. Like it means they want that in the future investment, they are capable of earning the benefits. So it means what? Simply, they are the speculators. So the third will be your B. Third is what? B. Speculators are the defined here in the B column. So now obviously the A, or I can say the first one, will be your C. So C, A and B will be right combination that have been given under the option number C. So your right answer will be C. First is C, second is A, and third is B. This is the right combination of the definitions of your market participants in derivative market. Okay, so do remember these three terminologies are very important for us, like what are hedgers, what are arbitrators, what are speculators, very important. So right answer here is C. Next question. Next question is talking about which of the following is are correct about the functions of derivative market. Like derivative market, we know it's a kind of financial market which helps to raise capital for a certain period of time. It will always be traded in the future date, but what benefits or what are the functions that it performs? Price discovery, hedging price risk, lower transaction cost, higher leverage, transfer of risk. Out of these five, you have to answer which of the following are correct about the functions of derivative. So price discovery, the financial market have its function as a price discovery. So obviously in derivative market, we do the price discovery with the help of underlying assets. Second, hedging price risk. Yes, that we do. Second, third, lower cost transaction. Comparative to the other market, you will have a lower transaction cost here. High leverages. Yes, this is very much true. You can get higher profits from here. Transfer of risk will be done from the individual to the persons who are investing here. So all the 5 are correct in case of functions of derivatives. So your right answer will be all are the functions. Right answer will be what? It is all of the above. They all are the functions. So option number A will be correct here. Okay, next. Next question we have, which of the following are correct about forward rate agreement? Next question is talking about the statement correct about forward rate agreement. First is saying, and forward rate agreement is like a forward contract on interest rate. It is a financial contract to exchange the interest payment based on the fixed interest rate at a future date. Second, the company can enter into a forward rate agreement with its banker where it pays fixed interest rate to hedge or fix its borrowing cost today for a requirement after 3 months. Then third is saying the fixed rate agreed via the FRA will be compared to the benchmark rate at the settlement date to determine the settlement amount. So these are the 3 statements given here about the forward rate agreement, and you have to answer which of the following is correct. Case of the forward rate agreement. So forward rate agreement is one of the important instrument here in the derivative market, and it actually helps us. And it actually helps us to perform what? It actually helps us to perform the future contract. Let's say, for example, if I want to take a loan, let's say, or for example, after 5 months, I am deciding or I have a planning that I will start a certain business after 5 months. And because I am very much confirm about it, let's say this is what I have to do, this is what I have to, this is how I have to start my business, and it is very confirmed. So if I am taking loan after 5 months, there is a chances that the rate of interest will be higher comparative to today. So to make sure that I know I want a loan after 5 months and I want a loan for 3 months duration, so I pre-book that loan from the bank on the current rate of interest. That's what the forward rate agreement. Okay, so the right answer here will be your all. Actually, all of the above statements are correct about the forward rate agreement. Okay, all of these statements are correct in case of your forward rate agreement. So first is saying it's a forward contract on the interest rate. It is a financial contract, exchange interest payment based on the fixed interest rate at a future date. Second, the company can enter into a FRA with its banker where it pays fixed interest rate to hedge or fix its borrowing costs today for requirement after 3 months. And the third one is the fixed rate agreed via the FRA will be compared to the benchmark rate at the settlement date to determine the settlement amount. So it means all are the statements that defined your forward rate agreement. Okay, next question. Next we are talking about here, which of the following are correct about credit default swaps? Which of the following is correct here about credit default swap? Okay, so when it comes to credit default swap, it's a facility that will be provided to the banks to make sure that they will not have to face the credit risk or the default risk in the future from its customer. Let's say, for example, if I am taking a loan from the bank, so there will be always a nominal risk that the customer can default. The customer cannot repay your loan. That's such chances in every cases, whether I am taking loan, whether you are taking loan, whether Mr. Amani is taking loan, this normal risk of loan will always be there. And to save bank itself from this kind of risk, bank take the insurance from the credit default swaps. Okay, so a credit default swap is a financial derivative or a contract that allows an investor to swap or offset his or her credit risk with that of another investor, and this is very much true. Second is saying a credit default swap are mainly directed to cover the default risk associated with the corporate bonds, and this is as well true. So the right answer will be your both. Okay, your right answer is what? Both. Clear? So credit default swap simply provide the security, or we can say gives the guarantee, not a particular 100% secure they are, but yes, if the customer defaults, they will be repaying the money to the bank of their credit risk. But on behalf of that, or to get this service, bank have to make the payment that will be known as a premium or credit default swap payments. So that is what the credit default swaps are there. And if you remember global financial crisis, so when we have seen global financial crisis in 7-8, one of the reason of global financial crisis was that at that time these credit default swaps also did what? They also did the fraud, or they also did the default. Okay, so right answer is C, both the statements are true. Next question is talking about if a company wants a loan, a company wants to borrow $5 million for a period of 5 months, 6 months from now, what type of forward rate agreement should it buy? So let's say my company knows that they need a loan for 5 months period, like we need loan for 5 months period, and that will be required after 6 months today. And today we are doing a contract, or today we are signing a forward rate agreement. So what kind of forward rate agreement it will be? What kind of forward rate agreement it will be? Okay, so here the right answer will be, actually you are taking for 5 months, but the loan will start after 6 months from today. So it will be what? 6 multiplied by 11. So how to write the forward rate agreement? You have to write first when the contract is going to start, when your loan will start. So your loan will start after 6 months. Then you have to write when it is actually going to end. So it is going to end after 5 months. From this start, after 5 months is going to end. So from today it will take the 11 months to be completed. So that's why 6 multiplied by 11 will be the way you define your forward rate agreement. Okay, so when it comes to the forward rate agreement, do remember how to specify when it is going to start and when it's going to end from the date you are doing you are signing an agreement. Okay, so right answer is 6 multiplied by 11. Now a dash is option gives the holder, the buyer, the right to sell a specified quantity of the underlying asset at the strike price on or before the expiry date. A strike price means defined price or selected price. Okay, so simply you are giving a certain right to the buyer to do what? To sell the specified security on a particular date, but it is not giving an obligation. So in case of options, when we talk about options, the options gives the right to buy or sell, but not the obligation to the holder. Okay, that's the condition. In option you will get the right, but not the obligation is there. And there are two types of option. We have put option and we have call option. If you are calling somebody, it means you want to buy, like you have something to discuss with the person, that's why we call someone, so that defines that. Obviously in the call option you want to buy, and put means you are putting your securities in front of the another person, that will be you want to sell the security. So in the call option it gives the right to buy but not the obligation, and in the put option it gives the right to sell but not the obligation. So right answer here will be it's a put option, because we are talking about the right to sell. That's why it will be your put option. So right answer is your A. Okay, so do remember option gives the right to the holder to purchase or to sell, but not the obligation. It is not mandatory that you have to complete this contract if you have said no. If you want in options on the upcoming dates, whenever you have to settle your transaction on that particular date, you can legally say that I do not want to complete this contract. This is allowed in the options. Okay, now which of the following are correct about the exchange traded derivative? So as I have told you, there are two types of derivative: over the counter and exchange traded. In over the counter there is no mediator, there is no mediator. It means you will find that there is no person to judge, or there is no authority to make it obligation on the parties to complete their contract. So if there is no particular mediator is there, in that situation the parties are not legally bound to complete their promises or to complete their contract. So in case of over the counter, parties can do the breach of contract. That's why over the counter covers your counterparty risk. Okay, in the exchange traded derivative there will be always a mediator, that is your stock exchange, and that will secure yourself or that secure the party from any kind of breach of contract in the future, because obviously it gives the certain obligation that they have to complete the contract. Okay, and for that person the stock exchange also maintains the margin from both the parties. Clear? So the first is saying here, the key feature of exchange traded derivative contract is the standardization of the contract. That's true. Second, this means the terms and conditions are precisely specified by the exchange. Third, this specification applies to feature like schedule of expiry dates and contract amount. Fourth, the clearinghouse can provide this guarantee through the requirement of cash deposit called a margin. So out of these statements, you have to answer which of the following is or are correct. So first, you are making them maintain a margin. That is true. Terms and conditions are specified by the exchange. This is also true. It applies features like expiry of date, contract of date will be decided by the exchange. And also the key feature of that is they are standardized. No counterparty risk is there. So right answer will be all of the above, option number C. Okay, the right answer you have is all of the above, that is option number C. I guess clear to all? Next question. Next question is talking about here that dash is an agreement in which two parties exchange the principal amount of a loan and the interest in one currency for the principal and interest in another currency. Okay, so you are taking loan and that loan will be taken in a particular currency and then you exchange that loan in the different currency with the other party. So at the inception of the swap, the equivalent principal amounts are exchanged at the spot rate. Spot rate means the current rate of the currency. So let's say, for example, there is a company in USA, okay, that is the subsidiary of Indian company. Okay, let's say Tata subsidiary is available in USA, and that Tata subsidiary in USA wants a loan of certain amount of money. That's the first case. Second case is there that USA's companies, let's say XYZ company of USA is working in India. Hana, it has subsidiaries in India, and that subsidiary in India wants a loan. So what they are going to do? The Tata will take a loan in India in Indian currency of the same amount which that XYZ company wants in India. And that XYZ company will take loan in USA in US dollar of the amount which is required to the Tata company. And then these two parties will exchange their loan amount with each other on the spot rate. It means whatever the exchange rate will be going on and on that particular day. So the right answer here will be what? It will be your currency swap. You are exchanging loan, but in which you are exchanging your currency. So one have taken a loan in rupee and the another have taken a loan in dollar, and you exchange these loan with each other. So that's what your currency swap. It's a currency swap. Okay, and why the companies are doing that? Why the parties are doing that? Because in this scenario, they have to pay less rate of interest on the loan they are borrowing. Okay, now next question. Next we have that is talking about which of the following are correct about the over-the-counter derivative contracts. So you have to find out the correct one in case of over-the-counter. First is saying the OTC derivative contracts are not standardized and hence risk management activities become more complicated. Second is saying a good example of OTC derivative is the forward foreign exchange contract. Third is saying the ability of customized contracts does not necessarily make the market liquid than the standardized exchange rate contract. Fourth is saying OTC market have a lower level of regulation that exchange traded markets have. So we have discussed in today's session as well that it have a counterparty risk. And why it have a counterparty risk? Because there is no mediator. Okay, because there is no mediator, that's why they have a counterparty risk here. So you have to answer which of the following are correct in case of over-the-counter derivative market. A, B, C or D? Which of the following is correct? And the right answer here will be, actually all are correct about over the counter. All the statements are correct in case of your over the counter derivative contract. There will be risk, there will be lower regulation comparative to exchange traded derivative, and forward are the over the counter example. Then not necessarily the market less liquid here because it have a risky. Exchange traded is more liquid. Reason, because that is secured. Now this is the categories you will find in case of your types of derivatives. So actually derivatives divided into two categories, that is financial derivative and commodity derivatives. So actually commodity derivatives is not properly defined in your syllabus. It means it is not a part of your syllabus. So financial derivative is part of your syllabus, in which you will find exchange traded derivative, that is a standard. They are a standard derivative. Okay, in case of over the counter, you will find over the counter they are what? Risky. They are the risky derivative. So now do remember, in exchange traded derivative we have only futures and options, and in futures we have currency swap available. Okay, and over the counter we have forward contracts. In future the interest rate swap is your risky. Okay, then swaps, currency swap, interest rate swap, credit default swap is there, and the last is exotics, caps, collars. These are the over the counter derivative. So do remember, exchange traded cover the future contract, which is currency swap contract, and the options. Okay, the rest are your over the counter derivative. So this is what we have discussed about the derivative market, and today we will be ending the session here only. Apart from that, registration is started. Do register yourself ASAP. And this is the information for all of you that AIM batch is live, in which PPB is going to start from 6th of March. It means tomorrow the PPB is starting. Then if we talk about retail banking and wealth management, already started from your 26th of February. Okay, and I will be starting IE and IFS subject on 22nd of March, and similarly Niharika ma'am will started the AFM on 22nd of March. And right now on this batch 81% discount is going on, and in Mahapack double validity plus 81% discount is going on if you use the code Y496. So how to get this benefit? Simply download the Adda 24/7 application. After downloading the application, just go to the home page here. Okay, that's your home page. Click here. In home page, you will find all the sections of exam category. So you have to go to the JAIIB CAIIB section. Click here. Go to the JAIIB May 2024. You will find all the batches are available, and because double validity is going on, so I always subject, whenever you find the double validity, go with the double validity only. Okay, so how to enroll I will show you here. So let's say this is your AIM batch. Okay, and in AIM batch you can check what are the live classes are available, what are test series are available, and the ebooks available. And once you scroll down this, you will find here the study plan available, and these are the study plan. Okay, all the 4 subject study plan is available that you can download as well. To enroll, click on the buy now option, and to get 81% discount, the code that you have to apply is Y496 apply, and you will find here 81% discount. And a 1% additional discount will be available if you purchase the same from the Adda 24/7 application. 81% discount, 6 months is there, code will be Y496. Okay, but much more beneficial will be your Mahapack. In Mahapack you will find what? In Mahapack you will find all the upcoming batches as well. So this is Mahapack. You can see all the live classes, test series, ebooks are there. Apart from that, the additional benefit which is not available in the individual batches is this. You will get mini and Maha marathons available. Plus, you will get all the live classes of Officers Adda 24/7, your revision batches, upcoming power pack batches, everything, numerical batches, all the things are available. The process to enroll is same. Click on buy now, use the code Y496. And you will get maximum discount 81% if you purchase from the application. Okay, so that's the process of enrolling. Apart from that, if you want to regularly watch these YouTube sessions. For that, do subscribe the channel Officer 24/7 and press the bell icon so that all the upcoming sessions notification will be given to you. Okay, so that's all for today. Let's end the session here. Do not forget to register yourself in your JAIIB exam. Site is already working active, and also if you are looking for a dedicated batch, then do join the AIM batch that is starting tomorrow and with the subject of PPB. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you everyone for joining the session and take care.